Kim Jones, and I am actually a self-employed author. I've spent the last year and a half teaching Growing My Plate classes as a volunteer with the Teen Action Support Center in Springdale.
So the Teen Action Support Center, it's multifaceted. They have counseling services for teens and families, but then they also have a couple of facilities that have purposeful activities, meaning that the kids come there and it's not just a place to hang out, but they have to be there for a purpose, and they're learning new skills and they're learning trades, like them how to be a more productive member of society, essentially. These are the kids that have just captured me. My role is to come in and teach them about budgeting, planning a meal, planning their menus. I incorporate all of that into GMP. We use fresh produce, and of course I teach them about planting their gardens, but I also teach them this is how you can feed your entire family for $5. Seeing them become engaged with something they enjoy, food speaks to all of us, and they get it. And they like the recipes, and they like knowing that I have the ability to create this, and then I can go home and I can recreate it. And seeing their attitude shift, it's pretty special. But again, it's seeing those kids become empowered because they've learned, I do have a skill set. I am productive, and I can do this, and I'm really good at it. But they weren't given a chance prior. I quickly learned the food insecurities that my kids were facing, and they are my kids, for sure. Every week I ask if in the last 7 days they had experienced food insecurity, and we always talked about what that meant. Have you not eaten a day? Have you skipped a meal? Did you not have enough money? Whatever. Over 60% of my kids have food insecurity, and in the 7 days prior to seeing me again, they've gone without a meal at least once. And that's when I realized my GMP budget wasn't going to go for pots and pans. It wasn't going to go for paper plates or whatever. It was going to go for food, because these kids need to be sent home food. And so still, that's the biggest component to my stipend, is that I'm making sure that, yes, we're feeding them while they're there, which the reason that a lot of them continue to come to my class and they sign up for that is because that's the only time of the day that they eat. Try it all, but they're trying it because they're hungry, But then they try it because it's good, and that's when we start seeing the shift in dynamics of how to reach these kids. Because I'm eating first because I need to, but you're giving me stuff that I like, and this isn't quite as scary anymore. And teach me how to feed my family for $4. And the reason that I use the $4 example is because on average, that's what a person gets that's on SNAP every day to eat. And so for these kids to be able to take that information home and say, this is how we could budget for a week, and use vegetables that are in season, that are relatively cheap, and we can go to the farmer's market and we can get our bonus bucks through our SNAP benefits, and teach them how to use these different components, these different tools. Then it starts making the difference. I'm throwing all this information at them, but they're putting it to use immediately. Hey, we can go this Saturday to the farmer's market and go to the manager's booth and get our SNAP benefit token, and then we can make these recipes tonight. And I think that's why it makes such a big difference. Is my experience with apple seeds, first and foremost, was that this is such a little hidden gem. The one thing that you all have uniquely in common is your passion for food, for sustainability, for your community, and for helping these kids. Just support apple seeds. Come out, visit the farm. It's, you're not going to find anything else like this in the middle of any city the size of Fayetteville. And it's a unique treasure that we need to actively support.